Hi folks, so let's take a look at this architecture which we have designed here. This denotes a general web architecture in a specific component of a web architecture basically. So usually if somebody is accessing any service in service oriented architecture, usually that service is placed behind a VIP, which is virtual IP, and it's like it to the external world people will access to this VIP. So typically demonstrate as if like this is a virtually single host, single IP, and you're reaching out to that. Now what typically what this load balancer does is it distributes load among number of hosts placed behind that VIP and load balances the incoming request and distributes across these n number of hosts. The orange block which you see, I try to demonstrate it as a RAM here, and each of the host has their own code software running, executing on each of the separate hosts. For various operations, the host may need to access database layer and they may be referring to certain data, and that is being represented as you can see probably this data access layer, uh, database access layer virtually forms a single interface, and behind the backend there may be multiple DB servers attached to it, and with the data getting updated, read write synchronization and all these things being taken care. But that's the all to the hosts. It appears as if like they're simply fetching from a single database. Now, what the concept I'm trying to highlight out here is usually there's a design decision which you need to make, that what part of the data structures would you like to keep in RAM and what part of the data structures you want to keep in database. Now consider the scenario. Let's say there's a software running on each of these hosts. You have to update this software, uh, and the typical update process for the software upgrade works like initially the host 1 it'll be taken out, virtually leaving behind the VIP with n minus 1 number of hosts being available in behind the VIP. The worst host will be updated with a new software. It'll get replaced, and once all the sanity and all the basic tests are working fine with the newer software or newer version of the same service, it gets integrated back, and there is a transient time wherein till the time all these hosts are updated, the service operates in a mix mode wherein like n number of n percentages of hosts behind this VIP are operating on the newer software, and remaining the software that were operating on older software. Now this is for scenarios where it is backward compatible. For scenarios the changes are absolutely not backward compatible and needs such scenarios would need a service downtime to be occurring out here. So now in this scenario, if you keep certain data which needs to be accessed across all these hosts, then it is not wise to keep the data in the RAM part, because if the host one is updated with a newer software version, the RAM of this particular some data needs to be accessed. That needs to be refreshed as you have got your software updates done, and if you bring down the host, take it back, bring it back alive. Second part is would you ensure that the all the code which is these are parallel instances. Host 1 has the same piece of code, host 2 has the same piece of code, and host 3 has similar piece of code. These are parallelly working instances, and in case there's a data dependency on RAM, then there needs to be a scenario wherein all these RAMs need to be in sync, which is a tricky problem. Rather, why not keep some of the data which each of these hosts can access using a access layer, using a database access layer. So in such a way, more or less you're accessing a consistent data and all of these hosts are getting a singular picture of the database. That takes care of the most of the scenarios. So design your data in such a way that the code which is running in these hosts, that is reentrant code, that is like thread safe and parallelization and virtualization safe. So that way, keep your uh, many of the data out here. Populate your local host data structures by reading some information from this database and then updating it in your hosts. But something like which needs to be accessed by each of these hosts, better to keep it in the database layer. Hope it helps in you. Hope this diagram helps you clarify certain aspects and make smart design decisions.